as it is. Let's move on very briefly to our old friend, the BBC. Now, last Friday, I picked up very quickly on something which I thought was strange. It was quite early in the morning. This was the BBC's webpage. Of course, we had a resumption of fighting in Gaza. I was intrigued by the BBC Live report here, which said, "Watch emotional moment, mum told of hostage release." And then it went down here, "What is the damage in Gaza?" So to me, this was the BBC skating over the horrific violence and killing and mutilating of families and children in very large numbers. The language was doing something different. But if we went to that live link where I expected to see more of the explosion, this was their banner. If we pop that on screen. And as your eye scanned across this, the first video was this one. And it says, "Watch, explosions heard and smoke rises in Gaza as combat resumed." So this is the video which the BBC had shown the early morning audience, and it was promoted on their website up to a particular point in time. But let's look at this video clip. So it was only 17 seconds and everything was in the distance, but something was to change at about 9:15. So if we put this on screen, if we put this one up on screen, this was the clip where everything was in the distance fighting. That was at 8:45 or up until 8:45. And then at 9:25, suddenly there was a new video. Let's now look at the new video and watch carefully. So the point I'm making is that for the BBC, in prime time viewing, immediately after the ceasefire had ended and the fighting had resumed, the clip they put out was all in the distance. It wasn't really showing anything, but after 9 o'clock, that was changed. And the same clip indeed included pictures of massive explosions. So my question to the BBC is, did they use this initial clip to downplay the fact the fighting had resumed? My personal opinion is we shouldn't trust the BBC on this, but I'll leave our audience today to decide what was actually going on. But we're on the subject of the BBC.